I remember days when the sun shone, and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
Alright, what do we have? Anything interesting?
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my
Another
failings.
Jester. Not stats I particularly care for. Another Bounty Hunter. Kind of shitty Bounty Hunter stats, but I do really like Bounty Hunters. I really do need a second one. I gotta figure out who I'm gonna be dismissing. I don't think I need three Antiquarians. I should probably dismiss one of them. Probably the level 0 one. I'm gonna get rid of one of these Hounds too. I don't really want 3 Hound Masters at the moment. They're really good, but I don't want to do another run with so many. You know, last run I think we did like
Another
6 or something.
soul battered and broken, cast aside like a spent torch.
I think I was deciding we weren't doing 3 of these. I mean, they were doing pretty damn good. The Highwaymen right now. Yeah, the new class is called the Antiquarian, and yeah, gives you gold by doing nothing. The stats are terrible. There's no damage, no stuns, has a really bad heal. All she really does is increase your gold income by quite a lot. Camping skills give you a trinket, which gives you bigger gold stacks and gives you an item every time you loot something with her that sells. I wish to take this guy in. I don't know, the Highwaymen have been being pretty fun right now. Come back to that in a minute. Let's go see what we have available. I want to do this fight with the Inchoate Flesh because I want to bleed it down. Don't really want to pick up Books of Sanity particularly. Kind of a boring item. Protect Me is not bad. It does combo well with Riposte. She has an ability that gives somebody else a defensive buff, or it gives someone else guard on her. Do we have the team that could do this? I want to try it with Bird and do I have a Hound? Do you have a Hound? It's Eldritch, this thing. Frazzle. Do we bring a Jester to this? Could we possibly bring a Jester? Maybe we don't bring the Highwaymen at all. I was thinking Riposte would be cool here, but bring Sui for the bleeds. Hellian's really good versus the Flesh. Yeah, less so now that her she's still fine. She's still fine. Problem is Hellian's better versus, like, you need Hellion versus, what do I have left? No, I've got the cannon still. Plague Doctor's good here as well. This is a super fragile comp. Maybe I don't bring Hound here. Jester needs to be in what, 2 or 3? Or yeah, 2 or 3. No. Yeah, 2 or 3. Okay, we could bring Jester in slot 2 then, like this then. Or just maximum dots and bleeds. And then we bring a healer in 3. And what in the front? Or post in, we could bring, no, I don't want to bring my Hellion for this quite yet. Curtains move? Oh my god. Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter has decent projected damage. Eldritch damage is good. I mean, like, there's so many things that would work versus this boss, honestly. The Occult. I'm a bit worried about the low HP on all 3 of these guys, too, because he does a lot of bleed damage, this boss. Should be like a Hellion here. Maybe I need a second Hellion recruited as well. The Hellion would crush this. Looks like pretty strong. Alright, let's go get a second Hellion as well. What are we going to dismiss? No Hound Master against the Flesh. Oh, we're bringing double dots already. Should really dismiss the third one of these. There's no way I'm going to need 3 of these. But Unyielding seems so good on them.
It is done. Turn yourself
I want a
now
second
to the
Jester,
condition of
too.
those poor devils who remain.
Alright, fine.
Slumped shoulders, wild eyes, and a stumbling gait. This one is
Okay.
no more good to us.
Weapons, good. Could even get level 3 weapons. Is it time for level 3 weapons? Oh, I probably can't get level 3 weapons till level 3, I think. Let's get the upgrade there for
Every
cost.
creature has a weakness. The wise hero trains for what he will face.
Harvest, slice off. Stab in the face! Inspiring Tomb in that, okay. Plague Doctor, Plagues, Stuns. Stun heal. Okay. How about gear? Could have reduced the cost a little bit.
Fan
Should
the
have.
flames, mold the metal. We
Alright,
are
let's try this
raising
group.
an army.
Oh, I need stress treat too, or not stress treat. Well, I do need to stress treat, but I was actually thinking something else. Need to cure too. Okay, only meditate. Wait, what is it? Well, you only pray and you can't pray. All right, that's fine. Let's get rid of that. Shocker would be a good one to get rid of. It's pretty much required to get rid of Tuckered Out if I'm ever going to use that character. I do want bounty hunters, so okay. Alright, Plague Doctor. Stun skill. Seems reasonable. Speed is good.
A kind gesture.
Take a look at the Vestal. I think I'm going to run plus healing and this item for now, and we'll swap that one out as we get through the rest of the playthrough. Jester needs Eldritch Slayer. No, Eldritch Slayer ring is going to the Hellion. 30% bleed skill chance. I don't know about that. I have no stuns. Oh, I do have stuns. Let's run the stun item there. And max damage on this girl. What are we doing on the Jester then? Fuck all. Actually, what are we doing on the Jester? Speed, I guess. These items do not seem good for poor old Jester. Protection, and we'll throw it away until we get there. Alright. No, I don't need to use Antiquarians longer. More on boss runs. I mean, every long run I'm doing right now is a boss run, which I'm not bringing them on. Another donation? Let's take a look. Donation from Shadow says, can I get your highest level unnamed character? Sure. Alright, let's take a look. Who is highest level? You want a healer then, Shadow? Healer can be. Alright. Thanks for the donation, mate. Okay. Jester without bleed amulet. Well, I don't have a bleed amulet. This is Hellion only. I don't have the Jester's bleed amulet, I don't think. So, you need to make sure their skills are up to date. I think I already did that. Let's double check. I've lost Jesters on this fight before. Alright, so what we're going to want for this is dab, slice off, harvest, battle ballad. Okay. Alright. Let's check it out. We have items, have a mission. Let's go kill the inchoate flesh. Alright, for obstructions, holy water, food, torches. I always forget torches. Alright, let's do it. And what am I using skill-wise in this guy? Gonna be using stun, play grenade, heal.
My zeal for blood rituals and summoning rites had begun to ebb, as each attempt invariably brought only failure and disappointment. Progress was halting, and the rapidly accumulating surplus of wasted flesh had become burdensome.
Okay.
The thing is more terrible than I
There.
can describe. An incoherent jumble of organs.
Actually, let's go this way.
and bone.
Synergize is better if we want to clear out the dungeon later. If we go this way first. That way we can walk back through the middle later. See how the Jester fights from position 2. My assumption is poorly. Oh, I didn't want to use the fucking chalice right now. Because it's minus stun chance. Alright, let's try this. Let's try some harvesting.
A singular strike. Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Look at the Jester for like 9/10 of its fucking health.
This slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
I'm actually having trouble killing the front row here. Good dodge.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Let's hope we don't have to do damage to that front row. And I don't want that on. I really want to get Profane Scroll or whatever it's called on the Vestal so I can run them in position 2 and run some comps that way. It looked really, really fun. It just wasn't good enough in No Light. I want to see if I can do it in light runs. That's food. I don't really want food from that. Good, find that trap. Stand right on it. Let it know who's boss.
Ancient traps lie in wait, unsprung and thirsting for blood.
Alright. Oh, secret door. Have to go back for that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and camp.
A spark without
Feast.
kindling is a goal without hope.
Alright, battle trance. Yes. Sharpened spear. Do we have any other combat buffs? Self-medicate. 3 remaining. Do we have diseases here at all? Nope. We probably have all companions reduce stress by 15. That sounds reasonable. Okay.
The light. The promise of safety.
Put this back on. Let's go for our fight. We need to burn this off. I don't think it's gonna matter, honestly, but I don't think we get shuffled in this fight, but maybe.
A fortune waiting to be spent. If only treasure could staunch the flow
Let's see how it goes.
of otherworldly corruption. Squirming, contorting, and ever expanding.
Yes, no one likes this shit. Alright, I want to stun that guy. That guy's really nasty. The Maws of Life is a really big damage nuke.
We find victory.
Alright, let's play grenade. So it's just all protection based. I want to hit this target and apply a bleed. That's fine. I think we can just go ahead and harvest here. So it's taking 6, 10, 14 around right now. I want to get that second dot up. And that one again. Could stun these two. Doesn't have that many rounds left in it. It's taking a shit ton of damage around. Gonna anti-venom here. And just heal. Those are stunning items. He needs to stop focus firing this guy, he needs to heal. Didn't stun there. Yeah, this thing hurts. Harvesting.
Powerful blow.
It's resisting a lot of the bleeds off the Jester. I wonder if there's a really weak base bleed percentage or something that I didn't know about. Why is it still stunned in the front? I wonder if that's a bug. I haven't seen that go away yet. Maybe it just hasn't acted yet. So this is 30% protection. This is where we should hit. Apply more dots. I'm gonna cure here. Get rid of the dot myself as well. It's a pretty big dot. Passes in the back. It's interesting. Alright, more double bleeding. Yes, please. Still resisting 50% of those. It's pretty shitty. Killed before I stunned. Okay. These are the same protection. Let's just Iron Swan and get some damage in there. Ah, big 8. They're like, fuck that witch doctor.
Destruction is a small consolation, given the implications of its terrible existence.
I don't think that was any better than the Howlmaster. Might have been worse, honestly.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Alright. Way to set off that trap, Sui.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
Oh, he should be really good on that. I mean, what other fights is the Jester going to be good on? Like, what boss fights? It feels like he's not good on any bosses. It feels like the same problem with, like, the Crusader, right? He's just not good on bosses. In which case, why do you bring them along?
Quickly the tide turns.
They're good for, like, farming, but not good for boss fighting? I don't know. These things hit pretty hard. I mean, the Houndmaster is really good on bosses, really good on farming.
Exposed to a killing blow.
To turn the Jester's thing back on. He's taking 2. So if we play grenade, they're both dead.
Press disadvantage. Give
Let's see,
them
you
no
know,
quarter.
resist. Then he's not dead.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Ouch.
Decimated.
It's very hard to recover with this comp. They
Confidence
don't have any
surges
stuns.
as the enemy crumbles.
Except the front 2, I guess.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Except I can't move him in this position. I can't use his stress heal right now. Too bad I have to get down to the secret room, which means I need to survive another fight here. Let's do a little bit of feeding. Is all blight resistant? Yeah, they're very blight resistant. Okay. It's fighting against the crew, but what does he do good against the crew?
Eradicated.
Shit, I should have killed the one in front. Oh well. Dude, the Jesters, they've like bleed resist non-stop out of him too. 110 is pretty decent. Kind of surprised. Oh, you're talking the Crusader. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, there's only the only hard content in the game, like really hard content, are the bosses, the Shamblers, and the Collector kind of, but not so much. The Shambler, yes. The bosses, yes. And then the Darkest Dungeon missions, the 4 Darkest Dungeon missions. Those are all very challenging content, right? Well, the thing is, most of the characters that are the characters I don't like to play, like the Leper or the Crusader, things like that, they don't excel in any of those situations. It makes you just wonder, what do they do? What am I going to use them for? Let's try slicing them off again.
As the fiend falls,
There he is.
a faint hope blossoms. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Jester's all the damage. I need to kill the flesh itself. No, he did almost no damage in that fight. I just used him on the flesh. I literally just did the best position that the Jester should ever have, which is versus the flesh, and he didn't do shit. So I don't know if I agree with that, maybe.
Obliterated.
Jester's good for stress healing, but stress healing you don't tend to bring with you when you're doing
Brought low and driven
boss
into the
runs,
mud.
because you're not trying to sustain and make it cheaper. You're trying to accomplish a really concrete objective. Alright, let's go. Hold on. I don't think we're going to be traveling that much further, so let's go have a look at these stuff. What is the second one? Yeah. Grave Robber 70%, exactly, because they can project damage anywhere on the field and they hit really hard and they're really fast. It's such an incredible combination. Let's go see what this last item is. Torch. Do I want to keep moving around after...
Laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Okay, let's douse the torch.
The darkness holds much worse than
Interact with
trickery
this.
and boogeymen.
Okay, let's get rid of these 4 food. This torch. And that. We have another couple fights in us with 8 food. Yeah, but percent chance to hit on your skills is part of what makes your characters good. It's why like the Houndmaster stun is one of the best stuns in the game, because it starts at like 120 base percentage where everyone else starts at 100, which means that it isn't a coin toss for him in the same situations where there's a coin toss for other characters. It's kind of what I'm getting at. Do I have a shovel left? Yeah, I got shovels left. Toss the shovels after that. Let's go up and around.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
I want to like the Jester too. I like his stress heal. And his buff can kind of, sort of, maybe one day if I'm really bored, maybe be useful. Probably not.
Such blockages are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
Alright, what do we have? Kill! Good. Oh, it's supposed to be stun. I've moved the locations I've moved because I haven't rebound the keys yet.
A death by inches.
Should have just Dirk stabbed there. He's alright for DD1. I don't know. It just feels like he's worse than the Houndmaster DD1. DD1, you want to be at 0 stress after all the fights that you can and to have a stress recovery mechanic. Well, you can do that with Houndmaster. Houndmaster actually projects damage in the last fight or can stun, both of which are really good. What does the Jester do in the last fight? He probably dies. He's probably too fragile for it. He was too fragile for the entire no light playthrough. So I'm kind of hoping I can use him here, but I don't really like him so far. Like, I want to enjoy Finale, but Finale seems pretty terrible. And both of his bleed skills are pretty bad, so what does that leave him? Leaves him like dedicated stress healing or nothing.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates.
I don't know, maybe we'll find an answer. Maybe we'll find a comp we can use him with that makes it better. Like maybe I need to be running abominations to get any use out of him. It's possible. Alright, what do we have? We're finally at full health, so we can try to stun. We're going to have a pretty weak stun chance, though, with this trinket.
Masterfully executed.
Oh, one hit. Probably resist the plague, but it was just trying to get the kill on that unit.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
I mean, this ability is okay, Dirk Stab. It just doesn't have any plus damage on it, right? Yeah. Which means it's just not as good as anybody else's abilities. Nice heal.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Did I have anti-venom left? I didn't.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Disappointing. What do we just get? Red Plague. It just feels like Cut Off is basically... It's basically If It Bleeds, but If It Bleeds used to be really good and now kind of sucks. And Cut Off just feels like a bad version of If It Bleeds.
Destroyed. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Out of torches, out of, well, I guess we'll go for one more room. Go back for this one. Run out of light before we get there though. Just the cuts. Oh, I just stepped on a trap I could see. I couldn't see it. Like, I was like leaning back in like the angle of light and like didn't see it. Like I could see it on the minimap, but I didn't actually directly see it. I just screwed myself. Nice. I mean, stress healing is pretty niche in general, and the stress healing classes don't get a lot of love because of that. But the Helm Master just seems like so much better at stress healing than everybody else. Even if his stress heal itself isn't that great, it's because the class is so much stronger. Maybe I gotta try dodge with the Jester, just like keep stacking it up somewhere. Figure out a dodge comp.
This expedition at least promises success.
And again, I want to see how things change when I get the Vestal item that lets him be a slot 2 healer. Kind of interested in see what that does. Jester's good at curing afflictions? I don't think so. I think the same scenario where you can have, I mean, it takes, in a best case scenario, if you get afflicted, you're 100 stress, right? Best case scenario, it takes Jester 10 rounds to bring you down from maybe 9 if he's a higher level Jester, right? 9 rounds where a character gets no stress. In a situation where you have 9 rounds to stress heal someone, you probably have another of like 4 or 5 rounds, or maybe 5 or 7 rounds you need to do the same stress healing with the Houndmaster. So I don't know, is he better at getting rid of afflictions? It doesn't really seem that way.
Well struck.
You don't beat incoming stress damage with anybody if you're fighting. I'm thinking NG, like I'm thinking Total Darkness runs, but just in general, I don't think you beat incoming stress from just attempting to stress heal it. You're only going to do it in the recovery stage of a fight, the end of the fight, where you're basically prolonging it with a couple guys. It's the only time you're ever going to beat incoming stress. So I'm kind of curious when you think you're going to do it the rest of the time. All right, let's toss this, pick up the gold, get out of here. Virtues via trinket combo. That's interesting. Like, get afflicted, bring it back down, try it again. I mean, it'd have to be a hell of a long dungeon to set that up, but I'm kind of interested how that works. Alright, what do we pick up? 13k and a good number of trinkets as well as a boss kill. Diseases for everybody, or a Ruminator's a bad one.
I see something long absent in the sunken faces of passers-by. A glimmer of hope.
There's no hope. More lurker. A lot of good low light quirks. Oh, drop coat. I'm only online for a few more minutes, I think, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe that item would make the leper usable. We've only had one leper, by the way, come through the stagecoach, which is interesting too. Not that I really mind, because I'm not really planning on using them, but it is fairly interesting. Just had the one. All right, death's door item. Moon ring. Book of Sanity. Another Candle of Life. Boo on all those. I don't want to do any of that shit. Alright. I mean, maybe we'll find a comp that the Jester excels in. We'll see. It's always possible. I'm not sure it's going to happen, but we'll try it. It's the goal, to play with some characters that we couldn't use in the no light runs because they're too terrible. Alright, we need to do some stress treating and some quirk treating, right? Alright, let's get rid of Empiric Spirits.
The front line of this war is not in the dungeon, but rather inside the mind.
I want to get that finished, so we need to do some trading. I need 3 of these. There we go. Okay.
Experimental techniques and tonics can overcome things.
What else do we have?
I
want to get rid of Ruminator. I kind of want to lock in Way of Light, but at the same time, I don't actually think this modifier is very good. I don't think he's going to be doing a lot of damage. So I don't know. I'm going to get rid of Ruminator. I don't think I'm going to lock in the other one. I mean, I don't care about that, except that I want to get rid of the yips. Let's get rid of Shocker. Off guards, they gotta go. We'll lock in Slugger. Okay. Who else was diseased? This guy's got a disease. Alright. Alright. How are we doing? Anything else we want to do right now? I think not. I think that's probably about as close as we want to get. Maybe some more deeds for some leveling up again soon. Yeah, I think that's gonna be me done for the evening, guys. Alright. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've been enjoying it. I am going to call it a night. I'll be back for tomorrow for some Darkest Dungeon again. So tune in tomorrow. We'll continue this playthrough. Probably we might start another one. I'm kind of interested. I gotta brainstorm some kind of cool things to do. I'd like to do some things a little differently, and I feel like I'm falling into old patterns here. I may even just like cheat myself a profane scroll and then go from there to see what I can do with that. I really like to play around with that. Anyways, I'm out of here. I'll talk to you tomorrow and see you soon.